to the night safari and to the creatures of the night presentation. Are we feeling good tonight? Well, we got a big crowd over here. Are we feeling good tonight? Now, before we start, I do have a few important messages that I would like to share with every single one of you. Starting with message number 1. If you take a look around you, we have 3 staircases. Staircase number 1, staircase number 2, as well as staircase number 3. Now, during the whole show, please remain seated. Do not move up or down these steps, as we will have animals coming out from all over this amphitheater. Moving on to my second message. The animals coming out tonight, they are cute, adorable, and maybe very tempting to touch. Yes, they are trained. However, they only recognize our trainers and they might not recognize you. So if you do go out of your way to touch them, they will not hesitate to let you know how they feel. Moving on to my most important message. As you all know, this is the night safari. Most of our animals here are nocturnal, which means that any bright lights or sudden flashes from your recording devices may scare, startle, or even distract our animals during the show. So please double check your devices right now to ensure that the flash function is completely switched off. Can we do that? Alright, in order for me to get this message across to as many people as possible, I would like to translate this into 3 of our local languages. Starting with my own mother tongue. Selamat malam. Selamat malam. Tolong jangan gunakan flash camera anda. Boleh? Then, next up, do you have any Mandarin speaking guests in the crowd? This one's for you. 大家晚上好。请不要用闪光灯好不好？ Alright, last but not least, do you have any Tamil speaking guests in the crowd? Alright, this one's for you. Malay vanakkam, Malay vanakkam. Daiva seyde puge padam, yerukkum polludu, flash payam pada, dilgal mika nandri. Oh, got it right. Thank you. Sadly, that's all I know. I won't do any more translations. But do you believe me? Even after all these translations, you will still see flashes going on in the crowd. It's true, so please double check your devices right now to ensure that the flash function is completely switched off. While y'all are at it, I do need to remind every single one of you to keep your mask on throughout the whole show. Alright? Get some thumbs up here. Alright, now, ladies and gentlemen, are you all ready for the show? Yes! Wow, we got a full house here. Let's let the whole night safari hear us. Are you all ready for the show? Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the creatures of the night will be on the prowl.
The light bite થાય ને ધ્યાન રાખજો.
Night falls. On a sunlight, the other.
હા બંધ કર દો. તું લે મને લાઈટ બાઈટ થઈ જાય તો ક્યાંક બીક લાગે લે.
લાઈટ નહીં ને ફ્લેશ લાઈટ.
Animals like the white raccoon search for the stars beneath the food before heading home to rest.
રકુંજ
Digging with their dexterous paws, they search for their favorites: insects, worms, snails, and even the prized eggs. Once satisfied, he'll return to his family in the big tree they settled in for the night. A gentle reminder, let's keep all of our flashes switched off. As daytime animals settle down to sleep, the forest comes to life. Hidden amongst the shadows, nocturnal animals emerge from the dark silhouettes of the forest. With body stripes provide perfect camouflage, a fishing cat appears along the riverbank. These cats love to swim and dive on the water, and they wear a layer of short fur that is so dense water.
જંગલી બિલાડી
It is this layer of fur that keeps them warm and dry, even in chilly waters. Fishing cats are rapidly disappearing due to poaching and habitat loss. They deserve our protection before these quiet hunters disappear forever. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of the night hunters. I've often been asked how do nocturnal animals survive in the forest? Well, each of them have their own unique adaptation for survival in the forest. For example, the pinto jet black in color, they are almost invisible at night. Together with their excellent eyesight and powerful sense of smell, they're able to pounce on small animals easily. Another unique adaptation that the civets possess would be their long, powerful, prehensile tail that enables them to climb on trees and hang on branches effortlessly just like that. Their tails can withstand the entire body weight, and Narnia here weighs about 14 kilograms. So you can imagine how strong that tail is. Now when he makes his way back home, take a look at the way he walks. The civets are also known as the Asian bear cats because of their short, stubby legs and bear-like walk. Looks like he's enjoying his favorite reward, which is a piece of banana. Now, the females in the Binturong family are the more dominant sex. They weigh 20% heavier and larger than the males. And with that, let's give a round of applause to Narnia, our Binturong. Now, while civets like Narnia rely on their keen sense of smell to find their food, other nocturnal animals rely on their acute hearing powers. I'm talking about the owls. Coming down in the middle staircase with Alfie, that is Rainbow. Yes, Rainbow here is a great horned owl, and they can be found in the northern part of America in countries such as Canada. They are known to be one of the largest species found in that continent, and they are also known as tigers of the skies. The chatty one that you've been hearing on the first staircase coming down with Akil, that is Midnight. Midnight here is a Malay fish owl, also known as a Buffy fish owl. Now they can be found in the Southeast Asia, in regions such as Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and you can also commonly find them right here in Singapore. Now at this point, how many of you will believe me when I say owls are one of the quietest raptors when it comes to their flight? Who believes me when I say owls are very quiet when they fly? Okay, a few hands scattered. Now for those who don't believe me, what Midnight's gonna do, she's gonna fly across your heads and show you just how quiet she can be. For that to happen, I need everyone to remain seated. Keep your hands to yourselves, ensure your flashes are switched off. Most importantly, remain quiet. Whenever you're ready, Midnight. Now that was a fantastic fly. Let's give a round of applause to Midnight. Now, as she flew across your head, did you notice that no sound came from the wings? Except for the beak, because she's just a very talkative bird. Now, the reason why they are able to fly silently because they have softened edges on their wingtips, which then allows them to glide silently over fields and meadows without being detected by their prey. Another unique fact about owls is that they have asymmetrical ears, which means one ear is set higher than the other. Now this allows them to triangulate the exact location of their prey without needing to see the prey itself, which is also how they can catch a running mouse in total darkness. It seems like she likes the attention tonight. But Midnight, you can't just soak up all the attention for yourself. You've got other friends to come and join us. Now another fact about Malay fish owls, even though their name has fish in it, and that's supposed to be one of the things that they eat, they actually do not like getting wet. So how they'll hunt for fish is that they will glide over the water surface, they'll grab onto their prey, and then fly over to dry land to feast on it. To avoid getting their feathers wet. Yes. Midnight? Just one last flight? She's really loving the limelight tonight. So this is how it is to work with animals. You need tons and tons of patience. We cannot force them to do anything they do not want to do. And that is exactly what our trainer Akil is showing right now. What he's holding on to is actually reward. So Midnight is only able to get the reward if she comes onto the club. Midnight. There we go. A round of applause. That was really good job on both for Akil and Midnight. Alright, that's all. Okay, let's give a round of applause to Midnight, our Malay Fish Owl team with Akil, Rainbow Owl, Greyhound Owl together with our team. Thank you guys. Did you guys like that? The owls? Well, not to worry, we're not done with the owl segment. We have one more coming out who goes by the name of Oscar, and here he comes. Showing off that powerful flight already. Now Oscar here is a Eurasian eagle owl, one of the largest species of owls in the entire world. And he's here to show us another unique adaptation of the owls, which is the rotation of their heads. So now we know that they can rotate their heads. The question is, to how many degrees? Any guesses? 180,
360.
360, how about over here?
360.
270, any more?
360.
270, so 270, 180, 360, any more guesses? 1,000! I heard that, sir. Now, if you guess 360 and above, that's a whole circle. The owl's head might just pop off. But if you guessed 270 degrees, applause for yourself because you are absolutely right. So now I'm going to stop talking and just let Oscar show you how it's done. Take it away. Right, point A, now all the way to point B. 270 degrees, very impressive, but I think a bit too quick. So how about we see that one more time? So focus your attention on Oscar's head. Now all the way. There we go, 270 degrees. Very impressive and just a little bit freaky. I think it's very impressive, so let's clap for Oscar. Now the reason why owls have to do this, because unlike you and I, owls cannot move their eyes up, down, or left to right. So to compensate that, they have to rotate their heads 270 degrees to look around their surroundings. And they are able to do that because they have twice the amount of neck vertebrae than us humans. We only have 7, and owls have 14. Looks like they're ready to head home. Let's give a round of applause to Oscar together with our strong trainer, Kelly. The creatures of the night, they come in all shapes and sizes. So for our next segment, I will not tell you what he is, but I'll give you some clues. So clue number 1, he's small. Clue number 2, he has large pointy ears. Now don't worry, it's not a chihuahua, because this animal comes from the Sahara Desert. So while you have a think, while you have a guess, I'm going to step over here and call him out. Foxtrot! There we go, let's Foxtrot together with our trainer, Pavitra. Foxtrot here is a fennec fox, and they are native to the Sahara Desert. Don't be fooled by this dainty fox. They may be small, but they are champions in both long jump and high jump. They are able to jump up for up to 1 meters and leap forward for up to 1.2 meters in length, which makes it almost impossible to catch them. In the desert, they dig with their sharp and curved claws, looking for things such as small insects, small mammals, and even scorpions. Look at that! Now their ears are larger as compared to their head size. They can grow up to 6 inches in length and help them to listen out for prey, predators that may be underground, and help them to get rid of excess heat warming out in the hot desert. Last chance to take some pictures and videos, and off they go. Round of applause to Foxtrot together with Fahita. Now, do you guys think Foxtrot is cute? Yes, definitely. But don't be fooled because he's not a baby. He's a fully grown adult fennec fox. So he's gonna stay cute forever. Lucky guy. For our next segment, we're gonna stay in the African continent. So please remain seated and above all, keep your masks on. A famous hunter from the African continent. This animal possesses the keen sense of smell, able to detect carcasses from many miles away. Largest of its species, this is the spotted hyena. Their powerful jaws able to crush bones, even those of elephants. Together with their excellent digestive system, they are able to digest their entire prey, which includes the skin, teeth, bones, horns, and even the hooves. They are able to run for long distances in search of their prey due to the large hearts. They are able to take down prey twice this size, which includes the zebras and the mighty buffaloes. Many of you here might think that they are closely related to the canine family due to the dog-like features, but they're actually more closely related to the cats. Speaking of cats, joining us next from the grasslands of Africa will be our very own slender-built serval. They mainly feed on rodents, reptiles, and birds, and they resemble a miniature cheetah, except for a relatively shorter tail. Now, obviously, this is not a serval, this is a human being. Slender, but not quite a serval. You saw her earlier on with Oscar, this is Perlin. So let's just keep our eyes peeled in the exhibit, and very soon, you will meet strolling in gracefully, everybody meet Shami, our serval for tonight. Now, servals have slender forepaws, allowing them to dig into burrows, hook onto their prey, and pull them out to eat, which she will show you in just a second. Now, if you take a look at our trainer, she's holding onto a lure with a feather attached to its end. Now, when it's swung around, this mimics a bird that's slow to take off around Shami, and this is what a serval would hunt for in the wild. A perfect opportunity to show off her skills, her agility, pouncing, and speed. And I have not even finished my script. Let's give a round of applause to Shami and Perlin. Now, if you manage to take a look on the spots on a serval up close, you will notice that the spots on a serval, they actually differ from one serval to another, much like us human beings with our very unique fingerprints. Now, if you had a chance to look at the back of her ears, they have these black and white markings. Now, these markings are called ocelli, and they serve as a natural deterrent from predators that may be sneaking up behind them in the wild, because they look like eyes in the dark. Now, as you are touring the night safari, you may come across many, many endangered species. And just like this must be why you weren't paying attention. Everyone, this is Toffee, the white raccoon, the same white raccoon that you saw earlier on in the show. Well, I was going to talk about the servals, but since he's here, why don't you show them? There we go. That is what the raccoons can do with their paws. Now, raccoons have this adaptation called dexterous paws, where they're able to grip onto things, just like the lids of this bottle. Of course, in the wild, we don't expect them to come across plastic bottles, but they will come across crustaceans. So, like things like crabs, prawns, and even snails. That's it? Do you want to say hello? Toby? Okay, how about a goodbye? I guess that's Toby for you. Give a round of applause to Toby our White Raccoon. Now, unfortunately, raccoons are considered as pests in other countries. It's not entirely their fault because our towns and cities have come too close to their natural habitat. And with their ever-diminishing forests, they have no choice but to come to our world to feed and to survive. So let's take a look at what caught his attention right in this bin. It looks like we have common everyday items seen littered across the night safari. So we have some plastic bottles, we have some tin can, or we have one tin can and a paper carton. Now all these things on the floor will disappear if we start using reusable items, just like this reusable bottle that you can find at the retail store right after the show. All these things on the floor, they also come from nature one way or another. And that is, they can be reduced, reused, and
Cycle.
a little bit louder, recycle. Thank you, Alfie, for this very knowledgeable recycling bin. Now, I won't be doing the recycling. I'll have two loyal assistants to show us what we can do to start making a difference. And they go by the name of Bubbles Bailey. And they are our small Asian small cloud otters together with our trainer Shalini. Now, tonight, I will be on Team Bubbles with the tin can. And Shalini will be with Bailey with the plastic bottle. Now, Bubbles, you've got one tin can. Just one. You can do this. Recycling, not juggling. Come on, just let it go. I think she needs some encouragement. How about we cheer her on? Come on, people are cheering for you. You can do it. Just let it go. Just push it over from under and then just... There we go! Okay, we got the tin can and the plastic bottle. Wait, Shalini? Button. Bye. Do it myself. Well, it's okay. I still think they did a great job, and I think it's their way of saying if they can recycle, then so can we. So for this paper carton, which department does it go to? Others. That's a good job. Now that was Bubbles and Bailey, our Asian small cloud otters. They may be small, but they carry a large message, which is to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Now, as our journey through the night has come to an end, let's not forget the lessons that we learned tonight. From the owls in the skies to the binturong on the branch, they all want to remind us to protect their cousins in the wild and the fragile environment that they call home. What we do makes a difference, and we must decide what kind of difference we want to make. Because after all, the biggest threat to our planet is to believe that someone else might save it for us. Now with that, my name is Educated Presenter for tonight. This is Alfie with Rainbow, Darren with Midnight. Up there we've got Fuzzy for our Sun and Lights tonight. Thank you guys for being